Hello, my name is Evan Mock, and I am the Student Success Coach for the online business programs here at Montclair State. And today I am honored to be joined by one of our online MBA students, Deanna Tedesco. How are you today, Deanna?
I'm doing well, Evan.
Great, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much for joining us. And as I mentioned, you're in the online MBA program. So if you want to share a little bit of how you started your MBA journey, that would be great.
Yes, and thank you so much for having me.
Of
To give
course.
a little backstory on myself, I graduated from Montclair State University in December of 2021, and I majored in business administration with a
Mhm,
concentration in marketing. And when I graduated, I never thought I would be one of those people to get my MBA.
mhm,
However, right out of college, I did end up getting a job, and I learned very fast that you always have to be open to learn,
mhm,
and it's so important to continue the next steps to get ahead and be super
mhm,
successful, which ultimately led me to go for my MBA.
mhm. Well, yeah, that's awesome, and I know you certainly have a lot on your plate balancing a full-time career and a full-time MBA program. And as you mentioned, you're a little bit younger, so you went back to school pretty quickly after you finished your undergrad. So with all
Yeah.
the things going on in your life, if you want to speak to how you manage it all, how do you make it work on a weekly basis, balancing your career and your schoolwork?
So I'm not going to lie, at first it was a
Mhm.
little difficult making that change from being a
Right.
full time student to also being a full time worker as well. Because when I was getting my bachelor's, I was only doing school, I wasn't
Right.
working full
Right.
time. However, I learned very quickly when I started my MBA program, it's all about time management.
Hmm.
So, what my job pertains to is I talk to financial advisors on a regular basis. So, sometimes in
Okay.
between calls, I will find myself maybe spending a half hour just
Hmm.
doing some of my homework. And I try to do that every single day to
Hmm.
get my all my work done by Friday. However,
Right.
there are certain times where I do get a little busy and I find
Hmm.
myself doing some of my homework on Saturday
Right.
because the majority of our assignments at Montclair are
Hmm.
due on Sunday at 11:59.
Right. Right. And I know from working with you the last several months, you certainly seem to get your assignments in earlier than the last possible minute. So we appreciate that, of course. But what I think what you spoke about is you have this really cool strategy where you kind of chip away throughout the week, knowing,
Mhm.
hey, in an ideal world, we'd all have 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday afternoon to sit down and just plow through all your schoolwork in one shot. But, you know, I live in reality, and we all know that's not the case. So I think that's a really useful method just to kind of chip away, maybe at some of the smaller assignments. So by the weekend, by the time that rolls around, you're not completely overwhelmed.
Yes. And another thing with Montclair is the
Hmm.
professors are also very understanding of the
Right.
majority of the people are full time workers. So they do make
Hmm.
the workload very manageable for the people working full time in the MBA course.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's so awesome to hear. I know our professors are, from all these amazing different fields in the area of business and have a lot of experience, and they certainly can understand and relate to the struggles of balancing both worlds. Um,
Yes.
so when a situation does arise where you feel maybe a little stressed, you need a little guidance or support, what are some things that you do to work through those situations?
Well, I always end up finding myself calling my student success coach, which is you.
Okay. Well, yeah.
For me, I'm human. There are
Hmm.
times where I do get overwhelmed and the workload could be a little much, or
Hmm.
I'm just getting in my head about an assignment due this week. But I always end up contacting Evan, and you are always there to guide me
Hmm.
through whatever issue I am having and help support me. And I always end up finishing successfully. And it's with that support and guidance.
Well, thank you for the kind words, but I would like to make it very clear to anyone who's watching that Deanna here does 99.99% of all the work. I'm just here maybe every once in a while to send a text or, chat on the phone to help you reset or refocus. But I know from, your track record so far, about 6 or 7 months already in this
Yes.
program, that you do reach out whenever you feel the need for even a little bit of support. You reach out to me. I know you've worked with your professors directly. You
Yes.
basically, use all the options on the table to make sure that you continue your success in your program. And, because of that, I have the utmost confidence that you'll continue to find success over the second part of your program here. Um,
Yes.
yeah, of course, of
Thank you,
course.
Evan.
Yeah. So I know it's the middle of your work day and you took some time out right in the middle to talk to me. So I'll let you get back at it, but I appreciate it so much for talking to me and hopefully inspiring some other students like yourself, younger, budding professional in the business world, to show them that, yeah, you can manage both successfully. So thank you so much, Deanna, for
Yes.
joining us today.
Thank you. And go Red Hawks.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.